Hello, this is Alan from hourly.com, and today we're going to take you through making your own videos. Whether it's for YouTube or Vimeo, or you're going to post it on your website, or you're going to create a video blog or create your own commercial. This will save you a lot of money and it'll give you the freedom to make videos exactly the way you want and allow you to consistently post on various social media platforms and creating new content all the time and offering a new way to communicate value to your audience. So today we're going to be showing you video editing on Final Cut Pro on a iMac, but all the basic video editors are similar, whether you're using Windows Movie Maker or iMovie. Adobe Premiere is a little bit or a lot more complicated, but the basic functions are still the same. So here we have our folder, and here's some clips that I made with a program called Voila, and that is a screen capture program similar to Camtasia, which is another great program for screen capturing when you do things like PowerPoint and things like that. So I'm going to drop it into the timeline. So here's our timeline. And you can also pull up content from here as well and search through different video clips that you want to drag and drop onto the timeline. And then this will be like the preview window. So I want to start with my introduction and just drag it onto there and drop it. I'm going to go through and drop the video, and then I had a outro that I made. So here's my first issue, is that the timeline is getting a little bit long now and it's hard for me to see where it starts and ends. So you can actually zoom out here, and now it's much shorter. So here's the intro, it's still there, and then here's the clip that I just dropped, and then I'm going to drop my outro. So you can see my outro is much shorter than the actual bulk of the lecture. And then here's my disclaimer at the very end of the lecture. So you can see like the basic flow of the way the video is going to turn out at the end. It's going to have like the introduction, the actual lecture itself, the outro, and then my disclaimer. And let's say I dropped it in the wrong place. You can actually just like move things around by highlighting it, by clicking on it, and go ahead and just dragging it to the very end. So now it goes introduction, meat of the lecture, disclaimer, and outro. So let's move that back again. Bam, easy as that. So I could even just like share this right now, and this is what it would look like. And now we're going to have to go through some editing. So even at the very beginning, I already have someplace I need to edit. So let's see what it looks like so far, so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take that part out, the part where I'm loading the PowerPoint. Hi, this is Alan from hourly.com, and today we're going to talk about the SEO updates. 3, 2. Hi, my name is Alan from hourly.com. So you can see I already messed up at the very beginning. And I leave a pause, and then I count down again, 3, 2, and start speaking again. That way I'm able to cut during that pause and delete that section that I don't want anymore. And today we're going to talk about some SEO updates. So let's start with on-site optimization. It's great to focus on keywords that are
targeted toward your...
So I messed up again. So let's start all over again.
2. Hi, this is...
So you can see this corresponds to the sound 3, 2. Hi, this is Alan Wang. Let's try that again.
3, 2. Hi, this is Alan from...
Great. So you can see I'm going to cut it right here. And in this program, it's going to be Blade All. Right here, Blade All. Trim, Blade All, and that cuts it. That cuts the video and the sound into 2 separate clicks. 2 separate clips of video and audio. So you can see these are separated now. And now I can just select this and just delete it. And bam, it's gone. And now let's look at the new video.
Hi, this is Alan from hourly.com, and today we're going to talk about search engine optimization updates.
So now we have another problem. The sound at the intro is way louder than the actual lecture itself, so we need to even that out, otherwise it's going to blast people's ears in the beginning and then they're not going to be able to hear the actual lecture itself and it becomes really annoying. So let's lower the audio here by clicking on this line right here, and let's raise the audio here and try it again.
Hi, this is Alan from
A little bit loud.
hourly.com, and today we're going to talk about search engine optimization. Hi, this is Alan from hourly.com, and today we're going to talk about search engine optimization updates.
Perfect. So now I'm going to listen to the rest of this video and find other mistakes that I made in the middle of this lecture and cut those out as well. And so I'm going to pause the video right now and bring you back when I find those. So I found my first mistake within the meat of the lecture. I'll play it for you right now.
To get details on on-site optimization specifics. You want to avoid vague keyword phrases. Three, two. You want to avoid vague keyword phrases from people that are just browsing.
So you can see where I stumbled, but I leave a lot of pauses afterwards and before I start speaking again, so there's a lot of room for me to cut it. So I'm going to make my first cut before the first mistake here by going back to trim, Blade All, and then I'm going to cut it right before I start speaking again where I left off right here. Trim, Blade All, and this middle part is junk, so I'm going to delete this, edit, delete, and let's listen to it again.
Reference the last SEO lecture to get details on on-site optimization specifics. You want to avoid vague keyword phrases.
And there we have it. I just fixed it, so now I look like a smooth talker. So we're wrapping up the editing, and here's another mistake at the very end of the video.
So that covers it. If you have any questions, you can always reach us at hourly.com. Thank you.
So I wanted the outro done with a different slide, so I'm gonna go back here. Blade at the very beginning. And then I'm gonna scroll through here. You can see I redid it, and then I'm talking again here.
That covers our SEO update.
So let's get rid of this middle junk. This one. And now we're going to get rid of the junk at the end. So you can see the PowerPoint ends right here, so I'm going to blade it here. Get rid of this junk.
SEO update for this week.
Increase the volume.
You can go through, you can upload them through the disavow process and hopefully improve the health of your website and SEO. So that covers our SEO update for this year. If you have any questions, you can always contact us at hourly.com.
So I'm going to leave some space at the end, and that's because I'm going to add a transition here, which is going to eat up some of this video right here. So here's the transition button, and you can pick like blurs, dissolves, lights, movements. So let's, for example, try some wipes. Circle. So we're just going to drag it in between these two videos right here. And let's take a look what that looks like. So you can see how if you have two different scenes that don't really have a smooth transition, you can use a transition effect to make it go together better. So let's take that out. I'm just going to delete this. So I just clicked on it and hit the delete button. It took away that effect, and I'm going to change it with something else. Let's do a lens flare. So that's what it looks like. So you can sample the effect by dragging your mouse, and so that looks pretty cool. Let's use this one. Just drag it in between these two clips again.
Contact us at hourly.com.
Great, let's keep that. And just to show you some of the other options, you can use a title creator. So you can have different options here. This one looks cool. Here's the 3D titler. Let's use the planet one. Let's go ahead and just drag this to the very end or the very beginning or wherever you want to place it. type over it. I deleted it on accident, so I just hit Command Z to undo what I just did. So that looks cool. Here's a little titler at the end. So here's a nice 3D effect. You can use it at the very beginning or at the very end of your clip. You can put like the end or include credits for different things. Like here you go here, it'll like scroll credits like in a movie. And you just go ahead, double click on the text, drag it to your timeline, and then double click on the text to change it. And now that everything looks good, I mean, you can do other stuff like add sound. And so if I had like a sound bite, I could just drag the sound clip into the timeline and overlay it to match with this graphic right here, and it would play this video along with the sound that I dragged here as well. You can like edit sound the same way you would edit the timeline here for video. And all the things I showed you that you did with these video clips with the sound connected to it by dragging it, cutting it, blading it, clipping it. You can do the exact same thing with just sound here as well. And now we are ready to publish. So let's go ahead and hit the publish button here. I'm going to export and create a file that I'm going to upload to various places like YouTube or Vimeo or my website server. We're going to title this SEO Update. It's going to be a QuickTime movie. Let's look at the settings. Everything looks good here. Video and audio. This is the estimated file size, 5.7 gigs. We're going to save it to the desktop. And there we go. So it's processing the file right now. It's at 0%, and then you'll see it come around little by little until it gets to 100%, and then it'll take you to the file that you can play it. So as you can see here, it says here the share was successful. The file was exported successfully. And you hit show and it'll show you the video here, and you can watch the final product. The total video time is 33 minutes. Like, and lastly, we're going to finish with that covers our contact us at hourly.com. So I just scanned through it, everything looks pretty good, and now the file is ready to be uploaded. So just to let you know, it does take a long time for that graph to go from 0 to 100%. So if it's on 0 for a while, don't freak out and start over again. Let it run for a while, and it just depends on how fast your computer can process it, and it does take a while, especially for a 30-minute video. So be patient, and Now you have your file. You can look for it on wherever you saved it, and then so here it's seoupdate.mov. So I just take that file and I can upload it from my desktop into like YouTube, Vimeo, my website, or any other place I want to use that video. So now you can save a ton of money by making your own videos and offer some valuable content to your audience on a daily basis on your own at any time you want. If you have any questions, you can contact us at hourly.com. Thank you.